How would you kind of talk about the last couple of days of practice leading into pads?
Really good. Yesterday, a little sluggish. We were in pads the day before. And, you know, for us, I mean, we don't take to the ground a lot anymore. So when you put shoulder pads on, it's about as, you know, we'll probably have 2 practices where it's a large portion of the practice is taken to the ground. So I expect to see the same tempo in what we have on today as we would in full pads. Yesterday's tempo was not quite as good as the day before's. We've got a difficult stretch facing us today, and then 2-a-days tomorrow. And we'll push hard for those, and then Saturday we'll back off and just have walkthroughs and meet the Rebel Day. But got to push through these next 3.
Usually you see one side, maybe offense or defense, get a leg up. Have you seen that at all? Has it been pretty even?
Typically, I would say the defense is ahead, but I've been pleased with a large portion of our offensive performance against them, particularly the ones. Chad really has picked up kind of where he left off at the end of the fall. And, I think we've done some really nice things offensively. Defensively has their moments too, where they've dominated different pods in the practice, but it's been a pretty good battle thus far.
Has the offensive line held up pretty well so far?
Yeah, been pleased. I mean, it's you know, I think we have good potential there. I mean, until you get some games under your belt, you're not quite sure, because a lot of the kids haven't played significant snaps. I think Alex has performed well. Greg Little's performed well. Rod Taylor's performed well. Michael Howard, I really like. You know, he needs to gain some weight. Don't know if he'll be quite ready this year. And then, you know, the guys that have played snaps for us, you know, Conyers and Sean, and Javon, Bronte, and Jordan, you know, are right there. The young guys look good. I think we've got a good class.
How has Rod looked at tackle?
Very good, very good. He's an athletic kid, and probably easier for him to learn there. It's not quite as much going on as guard. So I think between Alex and Rod and Greg and Sean, we've got, you know, you got 4 pretty good guys, and once we get Jeremy back, gives us the 5th one. So I think we've got some potential there.
Any more of an update on Padal since Monday?
He started running yesterday. He gave me the thumbs up. Then yesterday, you know, it was a little tender, but not bad. He'll run again today, and then I think the plan is hopefully for him to do endo on Sunday, I believe is the plan. So we'll know more after we get him out here and start cutting him some.
What corners are getting the most reps right now for you? Who's looking good there?
Jalen Julius, Carlos Davis, Tony Bridges, Ken Webster, Kello Moore, Jalen Jones. Those are the 6 guys that are getting the reps. There's been some big plays given up, you know, where some of that you give to some receiver play that I think's been good. Some, you know, their technique has got to be more consistent in all of them. But I think Jalen's going to be a player, and Carlos has come on. Jalen Jones is going to be a player. And of course, we know that Tony and Ken Webster have had a lot of reps, and we expect those 2 to be leaders back there.
Behind Ingram, how have the rest of the guys looked to you this week so far?
Taz and Ty know exactly what to do. I think those young ones have potential to be really good. Octavius Cooley is going to be if he can handle the mental curve of learning everything that goes on at that position. He's got the talent to be a special one.
He seems to be the most complete tight end, where you can have a blocker, guy go out and catch balls, that kind of thing.
Should be. You know, time will tell if he is, but no doubt he has the physique and athletic ability to be, you know, arguably probably the best we've had since I've been here all around. I mean, you know, he's not Evan in running routes, but he's got the potential to be maybe more suited to do a little bit of everything.
Has Romel adjusted pretty quickly?
Rommel?
Yeah, Rommel.
Rommel's done. Rommel's he's a quick learner. I think the speed to which we play may be a little different than how he has been used to practicing, and there's been some adjustment to that. But we're excited about him. I really love him as a kid. I think he's a tremendous leader, and he's going to get us lined up right and get our cleats in the ground. He's going to play extremely hard.
about Coatney, Coach? How's he look?
Good. He gets better every day. Every day. He's just, that coming off that knee injury, we knew it'd be a process, but man, every day he starts flashing a little more.
You mentioned getting Jeremy Liggins back. Is that sort of like a couple-day thing, or might that be a couple-week thing until he
I don't know.
Come back?
I'm expecting it to happen probably, toward the end of camp. Is my expectation, but I try to stay out of some things that are really not my giftedness, and I want to lean on some others to help me with that. But he's starting to work out with the strength staff, I believe, either today or tomorrow, and we'll hopefully that'll happen sooner than later.
You had good things to say about Miles Hartsfield in the spring. Has he continued his pace, or what's he doing for you?
He has. I think he's been running with the ones mostly. We're rotating that quite a bit, a lot of rotation there, but I look up a lot of times. They depend on him. He knows what he's doing. Being here in the spring really helped him. He's a very athletic kid. So
is that Rover still for him?
Yes.
Has Tony Connor looked like himself?
Tony has. We got a plan in place. I think we're holding him out today. Not because anything's happened. Just we were managing him and Conyers and Fadal. Will be three that we've got to kind of got to manage, and with the knee injuries that Conyers and Tony have suffered, you just want to make sure that we manage them in a way where we give them the best chance to have a successful, sustainable year.
Any injuries so far?
Yeah, today is really the first day we've had anybody out, and it's just little things, but we got several out today. Lodge took a hit yesterday on his head, and they're just precautionary, making sure he's good. Markel Pack's got a tendon issue going on in his hand. That's probably the most concerning. If there's one that's concerning that could be, a lengthy period of time, that's probably the one that concerns me the most.
C.J. Moore?
C.J. Moore's just got a strain in his pec, and Caldwell's got just a sprained ankle.
If Markel does miss any kind of time, you feel good about those three freshman wide receivers, what they've done so far?
We'd have to do some moving around. Vans had an outstanding camp, and we just have to kind of figure. Quincy gives us a lot of flexibility because he's played inside, a lot, and he could do that. We'll just have to see. It would take some adjustment, but we feel good about our receivers.
All right, thanks, guys.